Hey guys, this is Benny Ricciardi with rotocurve.com, and I'm here with our DraftKings NFL Week 17 running back picks. There are four guys who we're looking at, basically spanning the entire price range spectrum. So let's call up the slideshow and talk about which guys we think are quality starts for you this weekend. The first guy we're going to talk about is DeAngelo Williams at 7,100. Pittsburgh needs to win this game to have a chance to make the playoffs. Williams is consistently putting up over 20 fantasy points per game as a starter, getting over 20 touches, and is a huge part of that offense. Cleveland has one of the worst run defenses that we see in the league, and Pittsburgh is slated to score 4 touchdowns and have a lead late in this game. That means that there should be enough touchdowns to go around for, a lot of these guys on the Pittsburgh team. And with the lead late and a big favorite at -10, there's a good chance that DeAngelo Williams is going to get a lot of carries and be running out the clock late. His price has come up to 7,100, which is no longer cheap, but I do think he still has the ability to pay that off based on the numbers he's been putting up lately. The next guy we're going to talk about is a little bit of a cheaper option, and that's Darren McFadden at 4,900. He has been the offensive MVP for the Cowboys in 2015, especially since taking over the starting running back duties. He'll face a group of second stringers, as Washington is the only team that's already locked into, what they have. They can't move up at all. They're the number 4 seed in the playoffs, whether they win, lose, or draw this weekend. So I do think they're going to take the time to rest up some of these guys, especially some of the guys like Jordan Reed and, Deshaun Jackson, who have been a little banged up. They also have a bunch of guys in their defense that are banged up. So we might see a lot of second stringers in there, which means that there's definitely going to be a couple breakdowns and a good chance for McFadden to break a big run. He just sees so many touches every week already that there's no reason why we can't think that with 15 to 25 touches that he's going to see, that he shouldn't be able to put up some big numbers. Cowboys are going to lean on the run in this game, and McFadden at only 4,900 is a little too cheap for the upside that I think he can bring. Next guy we're going to talk about is my boy Bilal Powell from the New York Jets. The Jets need the win to be in the playoffs this week. Powell is finally 100% healthy, and he's really overtaken Ivory in both workload and snaps recently. He helps the Jets more because the Jets have been a good passing team. They do have the 2 good wide receivers on the outside, and Fitzpatrick's been on fire lately. And it allows them to be more of a pass-heavy team when they have Powell in there because he's a threat to both run and catch the ball. So that dual threat that he has makes him dangerous and also makes it tougher for defenses to try to stop him. He has at least 14 fantasy points in 5 of his last 6 games, and at a price of only $4,500, I think he's going to give you really good bang for your buck this weekend. The last guy we're going to talk about is somebody who I'm really high on this week, and that's ArtisPayne. Carolina needs to win in order to clinch home field advantage. They're a big favorite at home, which is usually 2 things that we like with our running backs. Guys that are big favorites are going to get more carries, especially late in the game, and guys that are home tend to score more touchdowns as well. So this is a really good spot for him. Jonathan Stewart is still out, and now Fozzie Whitaker has been put on IR for the rest of the season as well. So they're really down to ArtisPayne as the guy who's going to have the most carries in this game. He should be the workhorse here and should see probably about 20 catches. The kid runs hard, and he could end up with a big day for really cheap at only $4,300 and be one of the guys that I think you're going to see on the top of some of these winning rosters. So that sums it up for the 4 running backs that we're looking at for this week. There are some other guys that are in play as well. If you want to spend up, we don't hate Devonta Freeman, although I don't love the price. I think that a lot of people are looking at Julio in that game, so Freeman could be a sneaky option to put in there that I think might go a little bit lower owned than he should, because I think Julio is going to be a little bit higher owned in a situation where, he's going up against a pass defense that we've seen people light up all year. So that's a freebie number 5 guy for you that you could use. I haven't used Freeman too much only because of price. I like DeAngelo Williams a little more than I like Freeman, I think, and he's a couple $100 cheaper. But I wouldn't knock anybody who decided to go the other way there. So again, it's been a lot of fun bringing you guys the weekly breakdown of some of the picks that we have here at rotocurve.com. Thank you guys for joining us, and as always, stay classy, DFS.